A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 695th edition. Uh-oh. I don't think I muted myself. More snafus. 695th edition of TSR Live. I am coming at you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, out here in Sin City. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to... Jesus Christ. Tell you what, man. Get that out of here. There. I can still hear myself. Echoing. It's unbelievable. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get through this, but we are here, and we are going to do the show anyway. A special thanks goes out to Coach Greg Adams. Wait a minute. Hang on, guys. Just hang on a second. Just hang on. Sorry about this. There we go. Much better. Okay. All right. I had to take off the monitoring headphones. There's a bit of an echo and it's a delay, and I'm just like, anyway. But special thanks goes out to Coach Greg Adams for coming out here last night. He actually left, went back to California this morning, but he made an appearance on the show last night. It was a great show, great discussion. I know you guys always enjoy the discussions that Greg and I have. You know, it's interesting. I think I had something like 40 or like 45 questions that the guys wanted to ask him, but I remember the first interview we did when we were in Philly, I think we answered like 6 of them, 7 maybe. We were going to do 20 yesterday, and I think we probably got through 10 or 12. And even then, even the 10 or 12, we were just kind of in a rush to, hey, let's get through as many of these as possible so that we don't leave these guys hanging. But it was a great discussion, great discussion nonetheless. I'm very happy with that. So shout out to Coach Greg Adams for making an appearance on the show. Tomorrow, Dev is sort of taking me on a little bit of an excursion. So we are we're taking a helicopter, and I didn't know anything about this until she told me last week. We're going on a helicopter tour to the Grand Canyon, and I'm excited. I mean, I've been up in helicopters many times as a child because my dad, of course, was in the Air Force, and we've sat in every cockpit of every plane, cargo plane, fighter jet known to man. And so we've been up in Chinooks, we've been up in all that stuff. But that being said, it's been, gosh, I think the last time I was up in a helicopter, I was maybe 12, 13 years old. So this is going to be quite a thrill. We're actually going to go down into the Grand Canyon, and we're going to look around and take pictures, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Devin knows that that's one thing I do like about her is that she gives me experiences. Devin's not really one to give me material type things, because if there's something that I want that's tangible, I'll just go out and buy it. I don't care. And she knows that. So she tries to, I remember when we first moved to Philly, I think my birthday was I was born on August 11th, and I moved out, I think we moved out here July 29th or something like that. And 2 weeks later, she took me to an Eagles preseason game against the New York Jets. Had a blast doing that. She's taken me to, of course, we vacation in Hawaii. So very much looking forward. To that. James Young, $5 says, wasn't that the helicopter ride you guys aborted last year? Is it? I didn't know that we had planned a helicopter. I don't know. We might have. Dev, if you're watching, was this because of the helicopter tour we canceled last year? I don't remember that, but you could be right. Oh, that's right. Yes, we were going to do a helicopter tour in Kauai. We were going to go to Hawaii back in October, but then, of course, and we were all set to do that. But then the island just, decided to lock everything down. You had to have a 72-hour COVID test. Then they decided to say no tourists on the island. Then they said, well, you can come to the island. You just have to have a 72-hour negative COVID test. Then restaurants, there were like 3 or 4 restaurants that were not letting tourists dine in. So we said, all right, this is not going to go very well. If we end up going out there, we're going to end up having to be, quarantined to our room. Now, believe you me, as I strategically move the Las Vegas sign over the glare as I am, yes, this is professional level production here. Listen, clearly there are worse places to be quote unquote trapped and quarantined, but you don't go to Hawaii to sit in your hotel room, at least not by, not by force. I didn't want to have to sit there and just look in the ocean all day. I mean, listen, as great as that would be, we want to do the helicopter tour. We wanted to do the under, I think it was like an under mountain, under cave, inner tubing adventure. We were going to do hiking. We're going to do the zip line. And we said, you know what? Forget it. I'm not even going to sweat that. Yeah. We made the egregious mistake of going to the mall, on Black Friday, and there were people absolutely freaking everywhere. We went to Macy's. I got a bunch of fragrances, because Kevin Samuel says, listen, you're going to have to start smelling better. So I went and got all the fragrances on his list, and Dev went and looked at some jewelry, and they were having people sign in. And those of you guys who have been out today shopping at the mall or at department stores, you guys probably experience the same thing. You get there, and usually if you need help, you just go up to the jewelry counter and you ask for help. Well, they had people sign in, and people were getting mixed up. It was my turn. It was his turn. I haven't gone yet. How long is it going to be? We were patient. Dude, I walked right up to the fragrance counter and said, I want the Paco Rabanne 1 million. Then I looked at my phone again. I want the Versace Eros. I want the Paco Rabanne Invictus. And as soon as I said those three, then the three ladies, the three old, fragrance ladies descended upon me. Ooh, he's buying fragrances. Let's customer service. So, dude, I was in and out of my break. 10 minutes? Took us another half an hour to get out of the store. We were going to go to the Apple store to get like a charger, like a charging block for our, really for my iMac Pro, because I'm always losing my chargers because that's just what I do. But there was a line to actually get in the line. So I said, you know what? We're going to charge to the game. Maybe go there tomorrow or Sunday or Monday. But yes, the old ladies flirted with me at the counter. And this woman was an expert. Dude, she says, well, this one has warm notes and this and that and the other. And she was sort of half jokingly, she's like, this is going to smell really, she said, your girlfriend is going to think this is going to smell really good, right? And I looked at her and I said, who said I had a girlfriend? So yeah, she's an old lady. She's harmless. And they ended up giving me 25% off. So, I guess, listen, man, maybe I would have let her get away with pinching my ass for another 10% off. I don't know. Is that whoring myself out? Maybe, but money is money. So great times down there at the Vegas Mall. Later on in the show, got a real treat for you guys. Man. I've got the outtakes from Womanies Volume 3. That's right. Blake, my camera guy, put together. It's about a 7 to 8 minute clip, professionally done, of our outtakes. And it's a lot of fun. I can tell you right now, the outtakes, it's going to get me the yellow dollar sign. I'm going to try to get the green dollar sign. I'm going to submit it for review and this and that, but they're not going to monetize this video after I show the outtakes. And then I'm going to play some exit interviews for you guys. So just so you guys can kind of, go behind the scenes, kind of get familiar with the girls of Womanese. And so just to kind of show you guys some behind the scenes stuff, like how Womanese was made, the work environment, things of that nature. It was a top-notch, top-class or first-class production. Everything was extremely professional. The girls were extremely professional. Blake, my camera guy, saved the day because he really, really made it very, very easy for the girls to recite lines that were clearly. Girls are going to be uncomfortable reciting these lines, but as you guys can see, as you guys have seen from some of the samples, and as Womanese Volume 3 students are seeing now, they delivered these lines with no problem at all. And my camera guy Blake is 100% the reason why they were able to do that. He was very jovial, joked around a lot. So looking forward to that. James Young, $10 super chat, says, I drove by a mall this morning at 5:40 and half the lot was full. This was at Paramus Park Mall. I don't drive by the Garden State Plaza Mall. I suspect it was as bad. Yeah, I guess it and the reason why, I guess it never occurred to us that today was Black Friday, even though Womanese dropped. It never occurred to me that it was really Black Friday, right? As in, it's Black Friday for everybody. So, we get up I was up at like 3:30 this morning, Pacific Standard Time, and I'm getting to work. I'm getting everything all settled in, and we grinded through the morning, made sure the launch was nice and smooth. Had a couple of snafus, and yeah, I'm aware, guys, that there are some things. A couple of audio clips that are missing in the How to Master the Game course. I'll be taking care of that very, very shortly. But I just, we just, all right, well, we've got some time. Let's go out and get something to eat. Let's go to the mall. That was a mistake. So, and I guess the reason why it never occurred to me that it was Black Friday is because neither one of us is with our families. We didn't have the traditional Thanksgiving dinner with mom and dad and brothers and sisters and extended family. So I guess it just kind of worked out that way. But we were quickly reminded. That it was indeed Black Friday. Devin says she got up at noon. No, Dev, you were probably up at around 8 Pacific Standard Time. I guess that's 11 Eastern. Still haven't gotten used to the Pacific time zone. So at any rate, give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Oh, wait a minute. Is this Kevin Samuels calling me? Kevin Samuels always calls me. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Got it. Okay. All right. At any rate, so we'll be doing all that. Oh, yeah. In other news, Vanderbilt, the University of Vanderbilt football team, there is a girl who could possibly be making history. A female kicker by the name of Sarah Fuller is going to suit up and play against Missouri. So, hang on a second. I apologize, guys. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Anyway. So she could quite possibly be the very first female kicker to ever kick in a Division I Power 5 football game. Dev, check your messages. Jesus Christ. Anyway, her name is Sarah Fuller, and she has made the trip. So who knows? We might see history. This is where we're headed, man. This is where we're headed. No male spaces, not even with football. So it is what it is. Anyway, let us go ahead and get to today's topic. So there is an article, and yes, I switched it around so I don't look like I'm looking away. There's an article that I came across on Love, Bold, and Bloom. It's a website called Love, Bold, and Bloom. As I pull it up here, give me a second. So it's on Love, Bold, and Bloom, and the article is entitled "Controlling Men, Empowering Advice for Women Involved with Bullies." And already you can see that there is a clear agenda just by reading the title, right? The title insinuates that women who are involved with demanding men are being quote unquote bullied. So let me go ahead and read you guys. Her opening salvo. It says, quote, "He was charming, attractive, intelligent, funny, and kind. He knew just the right words to say to make you feel special." Oh, lost my place. Oh, he was the perfect guy for you until he wasn't. The article continues. "It didn't happen right away. At first, you thought he was being overly attentive and helpful. He just wanted the best for you. He is a strong, decisive, I'm off my game today, guys. I'll pick it up. Okay, there we are. All right. He was a strong, decisive man who knows what he wants and says what he means. But as time went by, suggestions and friendly tips morphed into criticisms and demands. The charm turned into manipulation, and his kindness hinged on your towing the line. It turns out your perfect guy is a control freak who demands that everything is his way or the highway. He has an array of psychological tools at his disposal to ensure that you will do what he wants or suffer the consequences. The consequences range from ultimatums, manipulation, to threats, to shaming and blaming and shutting you down. Controlling men, she continues, aren't always the beefed up tough guys you see in the movies who yell and scream to get their way. They can be soft-spoken boy next door or the well-educated, amiable extrovert. They can come from just about any background and socioeconomic status. What they have in common is the need for control and the compulsion to exert that control in their intimate relationships. They have learned how to fool the smartest, most capable women, only to reveal their true natures once the woman is hooked. You know, it's interesting what she is describing, like reveal their true nature once the woman is hooked. That literally sounds exactly like what every single woman does all the time in every relationship. I say this all the time, guys. Women do not like it when they do not have a decided advantage in the dating market. Anytime a man plays the game better than she does, that's when it's a problem. They learned how to, let's just switch the genders. Let's just say we're talking about women here, right? They have learned to fool the smartest, most capable men only to reveal their true natures once the man is hooked. This is exactly what women do, yet when supposedly men do it to her, now it's a problem. She continues, the change can come on slowly, like a low-grade fever that turns into a full-blown virus, or it can happen with such sudden intensity that you wonder if his body was invaded by an alien overnight. The most difficult part, in the beginning, is the confusion and shock. He was so nice. He was so loving. What happened? Did I do something to bring this on? The short answer is no. You did nothing wrong, except maybe fail to see the early warning signs of a controlling relationship and learn how to deal with a controlling man or spouse. This is a hell of an opening salvo. So let's break this bad boy down here piece by piece. So it says, it didn't happen right away. At first, you thought he was being overly attentive and helpful. He just wanted the best for you. He's a strong, decisive man who knows what he wants and says what he means. But as time went by, the suggestions and friendly tips morphed into criticisms and demands. The charm turned into manipulation, and his kindness hinged on your towing the line. So females want a strong, decisive man who knows what he wants and says what he means. But when he actually shows his strength and decisiveness and vocalizes what he wants, now you want to characterize it as criticisms and demands as if that were a bad thing. I got news for you. Females want men like this as long as he doesn't challenge her to be a better female. They want men to be strong and decisive as long as he doesn't challenge her, right? Females want men who are decisive and go after what they want as long as he says it in such a way that it doesn't hurt their feelings, right? Is that it? What this is, guys, and this is actually what AMS calls. He calls these guys the loyal alphas, right? Alpha male strategies actually talked about the fact that women want loyal alphas, which don't exist. Females want all of the benefits of being with a 5%er without any of the cost, right? Costs like giving up the booty anytime he wants, staying in shape, dealing with other women flirting with him, and so forth. Ladies, if you want a strong, decisive man who knows what he wants and says what he means, you're going to have to deal with criticisms and demands. If you want the hot body, you've got to watch your diet and work out consistently. You cannot have it both ways. But women, for whatever reason, seem to think that they can. And this is why they freak out when a man tells them point blank, you're gaining weight and I will not be in a relationship with a female who does not take care of herself. And a little further down, she says, it turns out your perfect guy is a control freak who demands that everything is his way or the highway. He has an array of psychological tools at his disposal. The consequences range from ultimatums, manipulation, threats of shaming, blaming, shutting you down. Again, this is just an extension of the earlier contradiction, guys. They want the decisiveness. They want the decisiveness and a guy that's a go-getter, but they don't want to pay that price. They're characterizing these costs as consequences, again, implying that they're a bad thing. I should be able to gain weight and keep his attraction. I should be able to act crazy and neurotic towards him without worry about him snapping at me. I should be able to do whatever I want when I want and not have to worry about any consequences. This is exactly like a man saying, I should be able to weigh 300 pounds and get with pretty girls. I should be wildly successful without working 70 plus hours a week. Do you guys see how ridiculous that sounds when a man says things like this? But females expect men of value to give them the benefit of our company for nothing but their bodies when they know that peace leave is abundant and cheap and can be gotten from anywhere, from just about any female for next to nothing, for free. The last thing I wanted to highlight was that last paragraph, where she says the most difficult part in the beginning is all the confusion and the shock and oh my God, did I do something to bring this on? This is the classic separation of female responsibility. Did I do something to bring this on? Like that is a disingenuous question to ask. Females wonder out loud to their friends, why is he always checking up on me? Because he saw a text conversation between you and your ex that was inappropriate, that's why. But she won't tell her friends that. She'll just lead them to believe that he's just an insecure guy for just no reason at all and that she did nothing to bring this on. Well, why won't he let you come to the club with us anymore? Because the last time you went out for a girls' night out, he didn't hear from you until the next afternoon. But every one of her friends knows she hooked up with the bouncer and stayed at his place that night. So the statement, you did nothing wrong except maybe to fail to see the early warning signs, only puts responsibility on females for not seeing that he was a, quote, monster. Yes, sweetheart, you did do something wrong. You had habits that were conducive to infidelity. He saw them and snuffed them out. Listen, you got to understand this, ladies. A man doesn't forbid you from going out with friends to the club unless you're, well, I'll put it this way. A man never forbids you, or you don't even give ultimatums. And again, I always talk about this. I do not date women who go to bars or clubs, right? And the thing is this, ladies, guys they're not going to tell you they don't want you going out with your friends unless you're going out with your friends to the club. A man isn't going to say, you better not get fat if you've been in great shape since you met. The kind of men females want don't take action unless he sees that there is action that needs to be taken. So miss me with this, you did nothing wrong. Listen, everybody knows that's not true. Everybody knows that's not true. What this article is doing, guys, this is what this comes down to. This article is attempting to shame men of value out of doing what is natural and necessary to keep our women in line. Okay? 5%ers know that women are self-destructive when left to their own devices. They can't help it. It doesn't make them good, doesn't make them bad. It's just who they are. It's what makes them women. This is just how women are, for better or worse. Now, to be fair, self-destruction is actually a lot more fun than it is working to become and maintain themselves as a quality woman. And I'm not being facetious here, guys. I'm being straight up. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not fun to sleep around. No, of course it is. It's much more fun for girls to sleep around. Pardon me. It's much more fun for girls to sleep around than it is to, just belong to one man, right? It's a lot more fun to sleep around and have new bedroom experiences with a lot of guys than just to be sleeping with one guy. Just like it's a lot more fun to eat pizza and ice cream and donuts and fried ice cream, and fried chicken than it is to eat salad and walnuts and unprocessed food while watching your calories. I get it. And if a female wants to do these things, cool. You have every right to do whatever it is you want to do. But understand that there are consequences to your decisions. You can call them consequences. Well, actually, there are costs, right? You can call them consequences. You can call them drawbacks. Call them whatever you want. But for every sequence, there is a consequence. And just because you don't like those consequences doesn't mean they're unjust or unfair. Life does not work that way. The girl power movement, gentlemen, it is programmed men to give control to females in relationships, and it is proven to be detrimental to both men and women. When a man puts his foot down and makes demands of his woman, it is for the benefit of them both individually and as a couple. Successful relationships, I'm here to tell you, they're not easy. If you're watching this broadcast, you're already aware of that. But today's females think that good, strong relationships should be easy, which means all of the benefits like sex, the companionship, the emotional connection with no cost, no consequences. And because women are wildly ignorant of what it really takes to be in a good relationship, it's on us to mitigate that ignorance, guys. Women will characterize a healthy relationship as one where it's easy to cheat, right? If their relationship is healthy, they know they can act however they want. But when they get with a man who makes it difficult to cheat, if he holds her accountable, if he doesn't put up with her emotional shenanigans, that's what they like to call a toxic or unhealthy relationship. Now, Devin and I have what appears to be a pretty solid relationship, but let me tell you guys, it is not easy. She will be the first to tell you, I am extremely demanding. I never, ever let up, and I never let her get away with anything, ever. There are real talk, there are times She just doesn't like me that much. Dude, I'm very hard on her, and I am relentless. I'm always, if she puts a toe out of line, I'm on her. Doesn't matter, right? Sometimes she just doesn't like me very much. Sometimes she's pissed off at me. My requirements are non-negotiable, and if I'm being honest, that can be pretty exhausting. But Devin loves and adores me, at least for the time being. As long as she thinks it's worth it to deal with that, she'll stick around. When and if she ever feels like it's not, she'll leave. The world tells men that being passive and supplicating is the key to a good relationship. And it seems to be great advice because in the beginning, females love not being held to any kind of standard, right? They love not having to meet any demands. They love being loved for just the way they are. And in the beginning, they like their boyfriends. But as time goes on, that passive and supplicating behavior, that becomes unattractive. That right there will eventually turn into disdain and will ultimately devolve into contempt. So while it is easy for men to let women do whatever they want in the short term, this strategy always fails in the long term. How do we know this? Look at the divorce rates. Look at the sad state of relationships between men and women. I can't talk tonight, Jesus Christ. As a man of value, a man in demand, a 5%er must be demanding. You must hold her accountable. Your woman thinks she knows what she wants, but you know what she needs. And enforcing your boundaries, gentlemen, making your demands clear, as well as the consequences of falling short of those demands, it's not easy. It's not easy. Guys, she's going to cry. She's going to throw fits. She's going to yell and scream. She's going to call you jealous and insecure. She's not going to like you very much at a lot of times, which sucks for the short term. But men who weather these storms and remain steadfast in their non-negotiable demands, those are the men who have the respect, adoration, and genuine love from the women lucky enough to have them in their lives. And that's all there is to it. All right, let me read off some of these super chats. Super chats coming in hot and heavy. Let's see what we got here. I've been having a lot of problems with my mice. I did not bring my magic touchpad for my computer, and I am regretting it. That's actually why I was going to go to the Apple Store today because I was gonna get one of those another magic touchpad, but you know there was a line to get in line, so I was like, F that. Red Pill Mike, $5 says, I would love to see a female kicker try to tackle a kick returner if she's between him and the end zone. Oh man, that would be, that ain't never going to happen. That ain't never going to happen. That's funny. James Young, $5 says, translation, I am all thumbs tonight. He has standards and I refuse to meet them. Yep, that's about it. That's about it. Red Pill Mike, another $5 says, women can have preference, men get to have expectations. Failing to learn this key difference is what is turning society upside down. Right. See, that's the problem. Women can have standards, but as soon as a man says, well, my woman has to be blah, 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 oh my God, you misogynistic loser. It's always the same. It's always the same. Chinese Red Pill with the £2 British super chat. I appreciate that very, very much. Tom Brokaw says tackling a female kicker is sexual. That's what I'm saying. So let's just say this girl comes on just to kick an extra point. If she kicks kicking an extra point, that's the play where the kicker is least likely to come in physical contact with any opposing player. Kick returns a little more likely. Punt returns very likely, right? Let's just say she comes on and she comes on for an extra point or a field goal or something like that, right? And let's just say that the blindside tackle doesn't do his job. Let's just say he just doesn't do his job. Defensive end comes around, she swats at the leg, boop, upside down. What are they going to do then, right? What are they going to do then? It's almost like, it's almost like she'll be an untouchable player. Like, how do you reconcile that if you're the NCAA? Something bad is going to happen, dude. Something bad is going to happen. Listen, Annika Sorenstam, she played with the fellas. She was the #1 female golfer in the world. She played on the PGA Tour. Whatever. right? Golf is a skill. She got her ass handed to her. Danica Patrick was actually a pretty decent Indy race car driver, won the Twin Rings of Japan. Listen, she's a woman. She won a race. She was legit. Decided to jump to NASCAR, which I would have done, but they ate her lunch. She was a terrible driver. Okay, so that's there's no real, I mean, there's no physical contact, right? No physical contact. Listen, men are better drivers than women. This is why women don't drive with men. I think I showed that on Weights and Dates, where like a 19-year-old girl drove her Indy car and nearly split herself in two. Okay, fine, whatever. That's fine. Now we're going to put girls in football games, guys. Like, this is, like, that, to me, listen, man, it's not, I don't even care about the feminism aspect of it. This is dangerous. You cannot put women on the same football field as men. That's not, and dude, women are going to push. So so now we got a bunch of female kickers, right? Well, if we can have female kickers, maybe we can have female holders, right? Nobody's going to come in contact with them. Okay, well, put her on. Holders never get tackled or hit, right? Well, now we got a bunch of female holders and kickers. All right, now we've got 2 out of 11 people. 2 out of 22 people on the field are women. Okay, all right, whatever. Don't come in contact with them. Then they're going to start demanding other positions. Well, if a female can be a kicker, if a female can be a holder, why not be, I don't know, a special teamer? Now, special teams for you sports ignorant, special teams is anytime there is a kick involved. Punts, kicks, extra points, field goals, etc. Right? A special teamer, when guys get hurt and or paralyzed, the gruesome injuries that you see happen mostly on special teams. Dude, something bad is going to happen. I'm trying to tell you right now, man. Women keep pushing. They can keep pushing. Something bad's going to happen, dude. There's a reason why the men don't play with the girls, dude. In a few years, we're going to find out. And guess who's going to be to blame? Guess who they're going to blame? James Young, $50. Thank you very much for that. JY says, I'll catch the rest tomorrow. I have an early start tomorrow. Absolutely, man. Thank you very much. We'll have this up on Patreon because I know this is definitely not going to be monetized. As you guys will see with the outtakes, they're actually quite funny. Seeker of Truth, $10, says, let her go and check the noise next door at 2:30 a.m. If love has no conditions, LOL. Right. You see? Exactly. Seeker of Truth absolutely nailed it. Ed Lattimore put the $10 super chat, says, did I miss something? We got broads playing in the NCAA playing football now? Sounds like there's going to be some popcorn moments coming up. Here's the thing, Ed. She's not even playing she's not even playing for an FBS school. She's not even playing Division I AA. No, this is Vanderbilt. This is AAA baseball, one level below the major leagues. Dude, I'm telling you, man, this is going to be, listen, I'm going to say it right now. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. Dude, listen, nothing bad's going to happen to this girl. At least it's not likely to. But I'm telling you, they keep pushing, man. Something bad is going to happen. Red Pill Mike, $5. It says, if you expect the rules of a contact sport to be changed just for you, go stand with the cheerleaders. Oh my God, Mike, you're such a misogynist. Exactly. Larry Portis, $5, says the female kicker is a setup for failure. There is no more anything for males only. No, there's not. Except maybe channels like these. There are even some guys who call themselves RP, who regularly let women on their channel. Obsidian. Look where he's at. He's stuck on the same 10,000 subscribers. That dude's been stuck on 10,000 subscribers forever. This is what happens when you let women infiltrate your space. This is why I have no mercy on females who come in here. See ya. Don't care. All right. On the other side of the break, I'm going to break down this woman's five reasons you are with a bully. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. How women are always lying and I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh, listen, and now I'm back. This is, oh boy. This is the kind of stuff I do not tolerate well at all. I do not tolerate this stuff well at all, man. I'm streaming at 3864 kilobytes. Did they kill my fucking stream? You gotta be kidding me, man. All right, well, looks like I'm up. Looks like I'm back. Come on, man. Like, dude, like the internet was rock solid, rock stable forever, except now. Oh my God, dude, I'm gonna tell you what, man. One of my, I hate calling them pet peeves, but I just, dude, I have very, very little tolerance for inconsistent equipment and or service. Like 1 minute I'm streaming at 3,600 kilobytes, the next I'm at 11. Makes absolutely zero sense. Jesus Christ, man. Now I'm in crystal clear or whatever. Yeah, I know. This is BS, dude. Yeah, I can see we're on. I'm just quiet! Jesus fucking Christ. All of a sudden, Devin wants to act like my producer on this show. All right, well, let's try that again. Oh, no. That's what it is. That's what it is. Look at that. Oh, you gotta be, dude, you gotta be kidding me, man. Dude. You gotta be kidding me. So anytime I try to switch to another media source, that's what happens. Oh, man. So basically, anytime I try to switch scenes, that's when it lags out on me. That has never, ever happened before. And now I'm really fucking pissed, man. I'm really, no. I don't need tech support, guys. I know exactly what's happening. And it's not file. I just tried all three, and they all did exactly the same thing. So there's a problem with something. Ay. Fuck it. All right, well, it is what it is. Red Pill Mike, $5 says, we have had female kickers in the NFL. Scott Norwood in Super Bowl 25. Come on, man. Come on. I actually watched that game, man. No, guys, it's not a corrupt file. Listen, I don't need tech support, guys. Listen, I know you're trying to help. That's not what it is. I had 3 videos that were supposed to play. I literally just tried all 3 of them, and they all failed. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. So looks like I don't know. I guess I'll play all the outtakes and the exit interviews when I get back to Philly. So, all right. Well, fuck it. Let us continue. Well, let's go ahead and continue with this quote unquote bullying article. With this obviously delusional author. Let me go here. Oh yeah, I'm not lagging there. Yeah, right. Oh my God. And dude, that pisses me right off, man. That really. I guess I should have done this with StreamYard. That probably would have done much better with that, though you never know. Oh my God. You guys have no idea how. Dude, I'm fucking pissed off right now, man. And right now I'm streaming at 3,000. I'm streaming at 3,718 kilobytes. That's literally the same speed as back at home with the Ethernet connection. So I'm just gonna have to do. I'm probably just gonna do this. Honestly, man, I probably have to. I gotta get away from OBS, man. I really do, because it's too it takes up too much. It's just too much. Anyway, let me quit bitching and moaning about first world problems. Let us go to number 1. They demand what they want. She continues. If they want to do something and you don't, too bad for you. If you want to do something and they don't, too bad for you. Their desires, needs, and decisions trump yours unless they simply don't care. And if you try to argue or press your case, you'll get an earful. They will bully you, pout, try to make you feel guilty, or refuse to acknowledge your request. They will make your life so miserable that you simply give in. Over time, you just learn to go along, which unfortunately trains the controlling man to tighten the reins. Oh boy. Women are used to getting their way literally all the time. They're taught from birth, from the cradle, that they are entitled to have whatever they want and do whatever they want. They are taught that they are the center of the universe and anything and everything they want should just be given to them because they were born with a vajayjay and a set of tits. Then they run up on a man who has himself together. He's made himself his own mental point of origin and acts like he just doesn't give a damn. In layman's terms, that means being selfish. That means all of the decisions he makes, he thinks of himself first. This shocks the hell out of women because they're used to being a man's mental point of origin. So yeah, our needs and desires, and by the way, I don't even know what this author's name is. Her name is Barry something, right? Of course she has a male name. So yes, our needs and desires trump theirs 10 times out of 10 because A, girls never know what the hell they need. B, the things that females desire always lead to self-destruction, like drugs, alcohol, and sausage. And C, women are terrible decision makers. Then she says, we make their lives so miserable that they eventually give in. What she is characterizing as miserable is a man of value simply withdrawing his attention, guys. Nothing more. This isn't bullying. This isn't guilt tripping. And there's definitely no pouting. That's what spineless men do. And guess what? Women do not give in to spineless men. They give in to dominant men. So you can already see the BS. Well, they pout and they feel, no, You don't give in to men who pout. She knows this. Women give in to dominant men, not men who pout. When you remove your attention from a female who thinks that she's entitled to it for no reason, because she's never had to do anything but give him the booty to get it, she's going to be miserable, which is necessary to let a woman know that it is your way or the highway. Here's the problem. Women want it their way, but they don't want to leave. And once again, with 5%ers, you cannot have it both ways. And this is why they have a problem with demanding men. Number 2, they criticize you constantly. They don't like, they don't like what you're wearing or how you speak. They make jokes at your expense. They always find the error or flaw in your successes. You rarely feel good enough around this person because they always have something to correct, something you could be doing better. Often, she continues, a controlling man will try to deflect their critical comments to make you feel overly sensitive or whiny. Why do you have to make such a big deal out of it? I'm only trying to help you. Over time, you feel unloved and always lacking. Okay, she's right. Men in demand, we don't like our women showing cleavage, wearing heels, right? And having makeup at work and then come home and walk around in sweatpants and a lazy ponytail. Listen, man, we know women sleep with their coworkers all the time, guys. We don't tolerate our women dressing casually on dates with us while dressing like a working girl for girls' night out. That's why we don't like what they're wearing and we make demands and requirements to change it. No, we don't like it when females talk like men. We don't like it when they swear. We don't like when they make crude jokes, try to be frat boys to impress us. We want women to talk like, I don't know, women, not men. So yeah, we're going to tell you to watch your mouth or you're out the door. Women hate the term, there's always room for improvement. They hate it. They hate it, right? Because it means they have to be on their P's and Q's all the time. Nope, they don't want to do that. They'd rather just mail it in every day and assume that badussy is all that's required to keep our commitment. Women admire men who protect them from themselves. This means constant criticism, constant scrutiny. No, it's not always fun. But if you don't like it, you have a decision to make. You can either change your clothes and watch your mouth, or we can go our separate ways. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, that would be making her life miserable. Number 3, they try to isolate you from others. By using subtle negative comments or overt criticism, she says, these men attempt to put a wedge between you and the people who care about and love and support you. The bully wants you to rely on him and him alone, so you become dependent on his decisions and demands. Without a support network of friends and family, you only have this man to turn to, and he wants to make sure you pay full attention to his needs. What she fails to mention here is the reason why men try to isolate her from her friends and family. Because men know that a girl is heavily influenced by these people, and he knows that she has promiscuous friends. He doesn't want them corrupting her. A patron a while back, I forgot what his name was. I think it was David Egan. He sent me an article a while back from Chateau Hartiste entitled The Perfidious Sloot, which talks about the experiences of male strippers, right? These guys talk about things like the fact that they've smashed at least 50% of the brides-to-be at bachelorette parties, getting their sausages smoked by every woman there, and so on and so forth. But one thing he discussed that applies to this are a female's promiscuous friends trying to corrupt her. Let me read you a passage here. I don't have it. I wish I could put it on the screen. I'm just going to read it to you here. It says, quote, if you think about it, getting a nice girl to stop being friends with disgusting C words is the first step to saving America. I know many such cases. Problem is, the nice girls get a vicarious thrill from their BFFs, and the C words love the challenge of corrupting the nice girls. If you suspect your, quote, good girl has a slew of depraved, slore friends, my advice is to move quickly and psychologically separate her from them. Liberally make comments about how other guys you know think her slore friend is disgusting. Slander by association. Drive the wedge in deep between the inner labials. Here's the truth, guys. A 5%er is not going to try to isolate his woman from friends who are a good influence on her. Okay? We're not trying to separate them from their happily married friends. They're truly happily married friends. We don't want to isolate them from friends that don't endorse promiscuous behavior. No. We isolate them from friends who cheat on their boyfriends. Okay? Friends who cheat on their husbands. Friends who are perpetually single. If a girl is around these friends enough, eventually she will succumb to peer pressure and start doing dumb shit. And guess what? Her friends want to corrupt her. They want to corrupt her so that she can lack the dating market value they do to even the playing field. Of course, they've already taken 157 sausages by the age of 23, so they got a lot of work to do. Now, as far as family is concerned, a man should never try to isolate a woman from her family. But what if her family's a bad influence, Donovan? What if she was raised by a single mother and had a beta father? Well, this is why the vetting process is critical, guys. Just because a woman comes from a family that could influence her in the wrong way doesn't mean they actually do. Okay? Don't get me wrong, they do a lot of times, but sometimes they don't. You have to use your own judgment in terms of how influential they seem versus how obedient they are to you. But if you see that she is just like her bone collector of a single mother, or that she doesn't respect her father, it is your fault if you commit to her and she ends up screwing you over. That's on you. That's on you. Number 4, they attach conditions to love and affection. Oh my God, unconditional love. A controlling man, she says, uses love as a tool for manipulation. He knows you crave love and affection, so he doles it out based on what he wants from you. He won't say, I love you, unless you give in to his demand for a new car. Are you serious? He won't say I love you unless you give in to a demand for a new car. This is bullshit. Like, this is just her talking out of her ass here, guys. Let me continue. He withholds sex because you spent the day with your sister. He gives you the cold shoulder and the steely-eyed glare because dinner was served too late. Let me stop right there. The 3 examples she used, completely just out of this world. The first 2 examples could actually be women, right? What man withholds sex from women? Like, what is she talking about? High-value men withhold sex from women, absolutely, but obviously she's not dealing with those guys, right? It's women who withhold sex because he won't give in to her demands to get her a car or the new iPhone. Anyway, she continues, he uses these methods to train you like a puppy. When you obey, you get a treat. When you disobey, you get nothing or worse. She is 100%, she's 100% correct on that first part, guys. Listen, we know women love, they crave love and affection, and we do dole it out based on what we want from them. And why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Women do exactly the same thing. They know we want exclusive access to their vajayjays, so they dole it out based on what they want from us, which is, wait for it, love and affection. And guess what? A female's love is conditional, and they know it. They like to think that their love is unconditional, but it is. It has to be. Otherwise, we'd all be weak-willed men, and all the weak guys be getting all the women. But because evolution requires women to love and chase the strongest men, unconditional love doesn't exist because it cannot. If there really were such a thing as unconditional love, the best of the human race would be bred out of existence. But the real reason women have a problem with men attaching conditions to our commitment is because, once again, they feel like they are entitled to it. They've been getting all this love and all this affection for free. But now that they're required to actually work for it, now there's a problem. Never mind the fact that they make men jump through a bunch of hoops to get a chance of smashing them. Never mind that they have a laundry list of requirements for men. Never mind any of that. Oh no, if a man attaches conditions to his commitment, that's evil and manipulative. And by the way, no man is going to ask his woman for a car. He can buy one himself. He doesn't need her for that. And you say you were with your sister all day, huh? Then explain why you didn't respond to any of his calls or texts the entire day and couldn't give him any real detail about your day with your sister. Ain't nobody fooled by that. And if he knew he spent the day with your sister, he would not withhold sex. That's BS. The author knows it. And here's another thing. Let me just ask this. How many women out here actually serve their men dinner? Like what do you act like it's the 1950s? How many women know how to cook? Like, get the hell out of there with that. Today's women ain't cooking. Girls ain't serving dinner because most of these useless chicks out here ain't good for nothing but smoking sausages and collecting bones. A girl tells like, well, I'm going to serve my man dinner. Oh my God, he has you under lock and key. Get the fuck out of here, man. Women today don't buy men cars. They don't spend days with their sisters, and they damn sure don't cook. This chick is giving examples of things that literally never happened to justify being pissed off about conditional love for men. That's all there is to it. Then right at the end, she says, when you obey, you get a treat. When you disobey, you get nothing worse. You get nothing or worse. Yes, you're right. Women need to be trained. And when a woman doesn't uphold her end of the bargain, she gets nothing in return, and she shouldn't. The or worse part, that is insinuating that a man will escalate to physical isuba spelled backwards. Again, trying to paint men as these violent creatures who put their hands on women for no reason at all. But what it really means is that making her life miserable because he's not paying attention to you because of your attitude and behavior. That's what this is. You're goddamn right I'm not gonna give my commitment up. You're goddamn right I'm not gonna give you my attention for free. And yes, I'm going to punish you. I'm going to punish you when you ain't acting right. Just like a puppy dog. And if you don't like it, there's the dog door. Now get the hell out of here before you give me fleas. Useless woman. Number 5. They are master guilt trippers. As I lose my spot. Nope, give me a second. Sorry about this. There it is. Guilt tripping, she says, is a favorite tool of controlling men. They find your emotional Achilles heel and play you like a fiddle once they do. She's talking about weak, spineless men again here, guys. 5%ers, we don't need to guilt trip our women. There is no emotional Achilles heel. That's BS. Women are nothing but emotion. And because of that, they're walking Achilles heels, which means that men who understand this, the 5%ers, don't play into her emotional shenanigans when she cries about how much she doesn't want to do whatever it is that you're demanding her to do. So what the author is saying here is that men who do not pander to women who are throwing fits are essentially guilt tripping them because we're playing her like a fiddle and using her emotions to do it. Negative. You don't like the fact that you can't cry your way out of what's required and that he sticks to his guns by not compromising and withdrawing his attention when you don't come through. Period. Her next paragraph says, caring, sensitive people don't want to feel like they've caused someone pain or anger, especially someone they love. They want to get back their loved one. They want to get back into their loved one's good graces. That is fine if the guilt is merited. But with a controlling man, it rarely is. Oh my God. Look, I don't know if you guys know this, but caring and sensitive men are weak. These are men who are uncomfortable with their wives or girlfriends being pissed off at them, so they immediately try to kiss her ass because he can't handle the heat of a woman's fickle emotions. 5%ers, we know we don't give a damn about being back in her good graces. We are perfectly comfortable causing pain, anger, and insecurity to the women we love. We know it's necessary. We don't enjoy it, but we do it anyway because we know it needs to be done to keep her in line. So because we don't kiss her ass and try to get to this mythical doghouse, we're guilt tripping her. Get the hell out of here with that. She continues, they will find a way to make you feel bad about something you didn't do or have no responsibility for, and you'll do just about anything to escape that guilty feeling. Oh, please. Dude, listen, women always blame shift. Nothing is ever a woman's fault, and they're never responsible for anything in their minds. So when a man calls her out on her BS or her bad behavior or some dumb shit she did, and she's not used to her feet being put to the fire, she'll characterize it as guilt tripping to justify it as bullying or controlling. Oh, wait a minute. Made the same mistake. I'm going to get to your super chats here in just a second, guys. The Art of MGTOW with the $5 super chat. Her next paragraph, her next mini paragraph. Hang on a second. Man, it's been a sloppy show for me today, man. Holy moly. There we go. Controlling men, she continues, have a masterful way of making you believe you are responsible and that only you can make things right by doing his bidding. This is too funny. This is saying that even though it is so not your fault, that men have a masterful way of making you believe that you're responsible. You want to know what the masterful way is? Pointing it out. That's it. There's no manipulation here. If you catch her texting her ex with a heart emoji and you say you're texting your ex with a heart emoji, chick, you already know you're at fault. He didn't need to tell you that. You already knew. But when he tells you, your ass is up out of here. Listen, you're gone. Oh, no, now it's an ultimatum or guilt tripping. I didn't guilt trip you, sweetie. I told you from the beginning what behaviors would get you kicked the hell up out of this relationship. I said, I do not date women who text their exes. As soon as you texted your ex, you became a woman I don't date. I didn't dump you, you dumped yourself. I told you that your behavior, that certain behaviors would be unacceptable and that I would not be in a relationship with a woman who acts this way. You did the math and you knew you had a choice to make. And because you didn't like either option, because you wanted to be able to text your ex but stay with your boyfriend, you call this guilt tripping, manipulative, and controlling. No, sweetheart. This is you understanding that you are with a man who will not allow you to have it both ways, and you don't like it. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. All right. Let me get to the super chats here. Super chats flying and hot and heavy. King Sargon II, haven't seen you in a while, says women are scriptures written in the RP Bible. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. He says womanese are scriptures written in the RP Bible. Yeah, listen, Womanese Volume 3 dropped earlier today, guys. Dropped earlier today. There's going to be all kinds of bonuses. I'm actually thinking about adding a few more bonuses. I'm actually thinking about adding a few more bonuses. I've got some things that I was going to put out as like separate mini courses, but I think I'm going to add them to Womanese Volume 3. I think I am. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it because listen, the course is doing great. The course is doing really good. We're almost at 100. We're almost at 100 enrollees, and of course the 100 enrollees, the first 100 enrollees gets the 25-hour audio course, How to Master the Game. But I think I might add a couple. I might add a few more extras. And if I add the extras, then if you've already enrolled in the course, then obviously you will be able to partake in those extras. So yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Corrado with the £5 super chat says, I never force anyone, man or woman, to conform to me. I only control myself and no longer cuff. If they don't want to, I tell them, go back to your DMs. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's funny as hell, man. Red Pill Mike says, this is a woman who was clearly dumped by a high-value man who refused to take her back after seeing her lack of everything promising and has never moved past it because she refuses to learn from it. I agree with you, Mike. I think you're right. I think she's been alpha widowed, and I think that all of these behaviors that she listed in this article, and I think she talked about like 9 or 10, or it was like 9 or 10. I think all of them were about her ex. I agree with that. I think that she was alpha widowed for sure. I think she was alpha widowed for sure. Yeah, Dev says that this woman is lying. Yeah, of course. Of course. Oh, wow, I'm way behind. Oh, okay. The Art of MGTOW, $5, says this entire article is projection. Everything she is saying controlling men do are things women commonly do. Yes, right. Withholding sex. That's not something men do. That's something women do, right? Withholding sex until he buys you something. That's not something men do. That is something women do. Guilt tripping, passive aggressiveness, all of it. These are female behaviors. These are female behaviors. Female characteristics. Stephen Ortiz says, thank you for that coupon for Womanese Volume 3 that helped out quite a bit. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I've been up early. Listen, I know that there are some guys who have some questions about the course, and some guys didn't get their coupons. Be patient with me, guys. This is a one man, one woman show. I will listen. I thought I got coupons out to everybody. Oh, okay. I thought I got my coupons out to everybody, but I guess there were a few that were missing. Be patient with me. I'm going to get those to you right away. By the way, Devin, Hotep Jesus has just signed up to be an affiliate. And so at the end of this stream, which is going to be soon, I'm going to have you create his. I'm going to give you his affiliate link, and you're gonna complete his landing page. So, all right, guys, that is going to do it for this edition of TSR Primetime. I will be back on the air tomorrow, and I'm going to be back on the air via StreamYard because OBS, man, OBS has let me down for the last time, man. I'm going to start using what's that program that? I actually just signed up for it. Ecamm. It's called Ecamm. It's specifically for Macs. I love OBS, man. I really, really do. It's responsible for the vast majority of all of my episodes. I think I've done like 600 or 700 episodes with OBS, but it's time to make the switch. Kevin's been on my ass about Ecamm Live for a year, and I keep ignoring him and putting him off. And the one thing that Ecamm Live, the one thing that OBS has that Ecamm Live doesn't is the automatic scene switcher. Well, guess what? I can probably program that in. So, probably program that in. King Life, $5 says, great show. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow evening, probably around the same time.